Hello, everyone. Welcome to A Day in the Life, where we introduce you to the companies and individuals who bring the magic to life. I'm Kathy Dixon.
And I'm Kelly Bailey, and today we are talking with two wonderful guests from Freckled Sky. We have Johanna Ihoshina, I'm so sorry, and Val Siganevich. Welcome, guys, to A Day in the Life. We're so thrilled to have y'all on the show.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting us.
Thank you so much. Excited to be here.
I suppose we can dive on in. Would you like to share a bit of your personal career journeys leading up to your work with Freckled Sky? Would you like to start with Johanna?
Yeah, of course. What I can say that I was born in Odessa, Ukraine, right on the Black Sea. It's a city of sailors, warm hospitality, and cultural diversity with a real entrepreneurial spirit and a hunger for everything new and innovative. And I feel that growing up in this melting spot actually gave me a sense of purpose in my life. And that's why I always wanted to learn new languages and explore new countries. So I persuaded PhD in international relations, wrote a monograph, and even taught at university for a while. But I felt like something was missing, so I decided to dive into the world of IT. And first, I started at well-known international company, and then moving on the startups side, which gave me a lot of professional and personal growth. So my commercial instincts, flexibility, and that passion for innovation that I have in my veins all came in handy. Later, I worked for a fashion brand, like an omnichannel director. It was also an exciting period for me because it was like, again, growth for personal and professional skills. But then I saw the ad on LinkedIn, Freckled Sky, about Freckled Sky, and I was caught by the name of the company at first, and then I reviewed several of projects, and it was one of them was made for James Arthur. Really love his songs. And then I talked to Val. I learned more about the company, and I felt that it's a perfect fit for me. So, but I think that I set a record of the number of rounds of interviews with Val. Right? Well, it was like that.
Yeah. It was unexpected.
Would you like to go next, Val?
Yeah, definitely. So my journey started many years ago. Actually, I've tried myself in different roles. I've tried myself as an artist in different roles, as the graphic designer, a musician, a poet, and a comedian. And I spent some time working in entertainment, also in Ukraine. Actually, I've been on the same stage with President Zelensky many times. So we were in the same show. But then we decided to open our own event agency. Also, it was a next step for us being there. And during the same time, I was working in the interior business, in the architectural business. So kind of exploring that parts. But what most interesting things for me at that time were actually doing events for architects. So that's how we actually started the event agency. And then we were growing up. and at some moment we realized that we don't want to do events anymore. We wanted to do more entertainment, more creative things. And then we had kind of a choice. And we made a decision to move to the United States and establish Freckled Sky here. So we started from zero in 2013. So that's actually how it started. So again, I've tried myself in different roles and found myself in just being a producer.
Well, it's wonderful. I feel like there's a common thread in terms of how we've all kind of went from one beginning to the next that kind of propelled our futures forward. Kelly, did you want to start the next section?
Yeah, I was really interested to know more about like your job responsibilities for like what it is exactly in your day to day that y'all do.
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, we first of all we believe in the like structure in the form of company that is built from stones, not from bricks. Meaning,
Right.
so each person in our company um, finds the best way how to implement its skills and knowledge, and that's how actually we are kind of growing our company. So um, my my day to day work actually looks pretty boring, I would say, because I do a lot of emails, business calls, presentations, etc., etc., etc. But from time to time, those calls, in those presentations, they they uh, they are so they have so great responses from the other side. So this is exactly why I've been doing all other presentations, just because I want to have this particular one. And also, as I'm not involved in the creative process, I'm on the more business side of that and strategic side of the company. I usually have a little, like, very small touch of, like, for creativity, and I collaborate with our creative producers on kind of very strategic level. So I oversee, like, general creative, mostly. So I'm very excited. This is actually why I'm doing this. When I see our project comes to life, that's exactly why I'm doing this. So basically, the structure of our company, we have a new business development team, we have a production team, we have creative team, we have um, someone in the middle. It's me, actually, in the middle of all those teams. So, and yeah, Joanna is our new business director. I think she can add something else.
Yeah, I think that you are our core. So it's not like in the middle, you are our core, our son. So I'm responsible for new business development. So that's why my day to day routine is about exploring new segments, new markets, and maintaining the existing relations with our partners. And of course, it's usually a lot of different calls, internal and with our potential clients. And I really love them because I'm meeting new people in person or virtually, and I learn a lot of new things, innovations, technology, about magic. So I really love my day-to-day routine because of that. So sometimes it can be a bit exhausting, but yeah, it's like very dynamic, I would say.
So I would also add something. As a company, we've been learning a lot, and first of all, about ourselves as a company. So when we started in 2013, we actually were just another multimedia production company. So right now we are not. So we are not on the multimedia side of of that. We are on an artistic side of that. So right now we are an artistic multimedia entertainment company. So an artistic first and then the rest, because what we know and how we know to do things, that's different from just producing multimedia. We believe that we established a new language, a new creative language, how to connect um, physical and digital worlds. So we noticed that, well, we've been living in digital world for like 20 years, right? Even more, right? We all have iPhones. My son, he's 15 years old. He was born with a smartphone in his hand. He has never seen the world without the smartphone. And the digital world, actually, it's very high realistic. All the movies on screens, like right, Netflix, etc., 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 VR, computer games, metaverse, etc., etc., etc. All of this is very entertaining and very high realistic. So, but we are in the physical world. We are in live entertainment, and we've been trying to kind of connect those two worlds, or I'm not saying to beat metaverse, but at least kind of bring metaverse out of screens to physical spaces. We believe that this is the future. This is how we can bring younger generations to physical spaces, like out of small screens to bigger screens, and without like actually them seeing those screens, to create virtual reality and mixed reality in physical spaces without any additional devices, because it has to be organic. All has to be organic. But as I mentioned, we started our path. It was kind of dream journey. So we came to the United States at the end of 2013. In the year from that, we participated in America's Got Talent. So basically, we spent the entire year kind of knocking to every door, showing our portfolio, and we didn't have any connections. We didn't know anyone. Like seriously, zero, no history, no, like didn't know any like how industry worked, and we tried corporate world, then music world, and we've been trying to convince people to start working with us. And then again, this opportunity with America's Got Talent happened, and we used it as a kind of PR for our brand. And we just moved to the United States. We didn't have much money. We understand that when we realized that for this particular show, we needed to invest some money to like produce the show. And we sold our apartment in Kiev, and it was the revolution during the time in Ukraine. So we sold it for a very, very small price and invested that into America's Got Talent. So when we came to Los Angeles for TV recording with the whole team, and people like our guys came from Ukraine, and our first, like the day before the show, we had a rehearsal. It was very complex setup, and it was Dolby Theater. So actually, it was the place where all the Oscars happen. It was a very magical for us being there at the time. So we were kind of getting into the space, realizing that exactly the space we saw on TV many, many times. And we came to a stage where actually all the Oscars happen. And it's a union place. There were kind of maybe 100 or even more people in black clothes working, doing like assembling our setup. And they even didn't know what's going on. They didn't realize what's happening. So we kind of invented a new approach. We did the water projection performance using holograms, live performers, and some props, etc., etc. And they've been working for 5 hours. And then the moment came, the producer said, okay, we need to do this run right now, because like this is the like 10 minutes before we close. we need to see that everything is working for tomorrow's show. And all those 100 people sat in the audience, and there was silence. And water started falling down, and then music, and then 2 minutes act, just 2 minutes act, and it was half of a second silence, and then they rushed up and started applauding. So that's where I realized that this has happened. So these people, they saw a lot of different things in this space, and that's how it happened. I would like to share this video with you. So if you would like, if you can, could you start the Another World performance, please?
Oh, wow.
I am like mind blown. I know I've seen that video before because I met you in New York and we were talking about it, and I was blown away then, and I'm still blown away. It was just amazing. Yeah,
Thank
Maria
you.
gets it. Thank you, Andy.
Maria is our creative director. She actually was the part of this project.
So like it's just astounding. I'm so glad you're here, and I'm so
Thank you.
glad you're sharing this.
Thank you. Actually, the the biggest challenge in Freckled Sky, like establishing Freckled Sky as a company, was kind of to achieve the highest level of execution of the highest level of creativity. And when we started the company, we didn't have creative directors in house, and we did this first project together with other creative people, and then we just were kind of looking for the team that will be our kind of partner for the rest of our existence. And in a couple of years from that moment, we found a group of people. So we are kind of a family right now, all of us. There's 3 creative directors. We've been working and we've been working with, and we do all the projects together. So we so love their creativity. So we kind of the biggest fans of their work. And it was a very interesting moment because we were creative people, and we just realized that we can't achieve the level of execution we like saw in our heads with our own creativity. So that's why we just decided to kind of trust in other people and like give them this responsibility to like lead us in the creative world. Okay.
I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah. So actually, the main what we learned is because we don't own any technologies, so that's true. And when some clients come to us and ask about some technologies, we cannot provide those technologies because we are not a technology provider. We are a creative company, so we use those technologies to tell a story and to create magic, because it's all about magic at the end of the day, right? So all the movies is about magic, all the movies is about green screen shooting and post-production, right? But then we see dragons and superheroes, right? So in live entertainment, we think it's also about magic. So how to keep this illusion so people just see real dragon flying, but not just an actor in a costume of dragon, kind of that, right? So I would like to show you another example of this where we use this creative language of ours, how we connect live performers on stage, multimedia, physical props, like connecting physical and digital worlds on live stage in real time in front of the live audience. So could you please start the video?
I'm never gonna say no to that.
Could you start the video, the imaginary friend, please?
In the dark, in the light, standing still in London Park, I can hear memories
That was beautiful. It truly is a different creative language, the way live multimedia and performances come together seamlessly. Would you be able to speak on whether or not the multimedia is fully pre-choreographed, or is it some sort of live interface that plays into this performance as well?
Absolutely. Yeah. Actually, this piece was fully pre-choreographed. So we had pre-rendered content and the like choreography for that. But I believe that this is not important. So we usually we do different things. We from time to time we do live, really like fully live interactive performances. Real-time renderings, or these type of approaches. It really depends on the exact situation, where it's happening, how it's happening, what kind of effect we need to achieve, etc., etc. So again, it's more about technologies, and we don't mind about technologies. We don't care about technologies. Which so this is the result. So in if it like touches you, so that was the goal.
Yeah, it's definitely touches. It's one of my favorite actually pieces, and we were awarded with the Blue Loop Innovation Award for creative technology here. So yeah, one of our best.
Congratulations. That was definitely a well-deserved recognition.
Thank
Thank
you
Oh
you.
so
yeah.
much.
What I this is completely aside. What are some things that you've noticed is there a common thread of your projects that you like your personal projects, or is it just, inspiration comes from everywhere and your everything is so different? I've noticed one thing, but I don't know if it's in everything because obviously you have such a great body of work.
Tell me what this thing is.
Um, there's like a sense of longing between the characters, like for one another.
Uh, it depends on the story, of course. We believe that our core is we tell stories, and we love telling stories. We always try to tell stories, and I believe this is important. And the more linear story is, the more it's understandable for the audience, and the more it touches the audience, and create this emotional connection and remembers more. So yeah, we believe that this is about storytelling.
Can you expand a bit more on where the inspiration, where these stories that you end up telling so beautifully come from?
Um, so basically, most of the time, this like our creative directors usually find these inspirations on their end, and I don't know, they're very um, versatile and intelligent people. So I don't like we learn from them a lot. Uh, from time to time, those ideas can come from someone like from our side, from Joanna, and we are working on a couple of interesting developments together. Like where Joanna, for example, like just started those creative ideas, and it's everything is from our life. It's from here, from now. We just try to like take a look at something, or just from different perspective, just from different angle. So that's how we learn how to do things, and we've learned not only how to look at those things from different perspective, but we also see the how we would execute them, because this is important.
Yes, for sure. So I think that we inspire each other in our team. So during our crazy brainstorms, a lot of ideas, a lot of thoughts. So then we put them together and we have this magic as a result.
Yeah, and getting back to magic. We've been we started working on our original IP a couple of years ago, and unfortunately, the war in Ukraine affected us because we have the part of our company based in Ukraine. So some people moved out from the country. Some of them are in the country. So basically, the idea is very simple: to create a mixed reality show and an experience where we have real performers on stage, digital performers on stage, and they entertain the audience. And a couple of years ago, we did the very first try and the multimedia festival in upstate New York. It was a 15-minute show where we had we created a digital character that communicated live with the audience. So that actually was our first try. It was projection mapping onto building, but this is a very scalable format. So could you please share the Invisible Showman, please?
Sailing down the river. Where are you looking? Over here. The building? Hey, how you doing? And the things are getting clear. So hashtag call.
Now it's time for some stand-up comedy. Give a round of applause. Yes, Binghamton. By the way, you look good. You've lost weight. You look great. I mean, what about you in the front row with the hat on? You got your shoes under the railing. What about you? You scared of spiders? Yeah, you with the shoes on. Good. Is anybody filming this? You got your phones out? You're doing the phone stuff, posting it on TikTok or Craigslist or whatever you kids do.
So we're sailing down the river to the sea where the raging storm.
You know, a lot of people ask me where I learned how to do stand-up comedy. And the answer is from watching you, humans. If anybody knows any other beautiful buildings out there, I'm available. Yeah. I heard someone the other day say that they were a substitute teacher. You don't do that for any other job. Can you imagine some guy just like, who are you? I called a fireman. It's like, oh yeah, he's sick. I'm your substitute fireman. I won't be putting out your fire today, but we will be watching the movie Backdraft. I guess so weird for anything else. Thanks so much. Give yourselves a round of applause. Yes. Don't waste your time.
Oh man. Like our comments, like our private chat, Kathy was like, I didn't know it'd speak to a brick wall. He's wonderful. I'm like, yeah, like I'm totally into this guy's entire routine now. Coming to a brick wall near you. Is there anything, like, as you're going through these projects, because like I know you, I know that our audience doesn't know you, but like I know that you are incredibly intelligent and you learn super fast. So is there something that you wish that you'd learned early on in this process that would have like carried you along, or
I don't know, maybe not. Maybe like it's happening, everything's happening where it has to be. Yeah, of course, I wish I would. I had this America's Got happened, for example. America's Got Talent happened like 5 years earlier, but probably we were not ready yet for that. So it's kind of, yeah, it's everything happens at the right moment. So when we like met other members of our team, it happened in the right moment. So we kind of expanding, we were growing up, and yeah, I believe that's true.
I had a feeling you were going to say that.
So early on, you had described that beautiful moment with America's Got Talent, and that actually gave me goosebumps in the sense of it was quiet and everyone is really excited. And that seems like a very pivotal moment for Freckled Sky as a company, as a moment for, your vision coming to life. What other moments do you believe brought clarity? It doesn't have to be like that grand. It could be that one moment that really clicked for you, working for Freckled Sky, or during one of your projects or during one of your ideations. Would you be able to share any of that?
Joanna? Oh, I think she's
Oh,
muted.
Oh, you're muted. It's okay.
I'm sorry for that. So, do you hear me well right now? Yeah.
Yes.
So, I think that we have so many great projects, so it's very difficult to to just to say which one is my favorite right now, and I don't know, maybe. We do a lot of different things right now, and we are moving different directions, and we are trying us in different directions. So and it's difficult to say, but I think that every project that we have or had right now, or in the past, we did it with our souls and with our inner vision that gave that every project a special spirit from our hearts. And that's why I feel that even if without live performers, if it's about like content, it's always touching, it's always about storytelling. And I would say that this is one thread that is clicking, because it's about stories, it's about something that we want to share with the audience every time.
one of our viewers had a really great question, and his name's Sean. Hey, Sean, how's it going? Or they, sorry. Um, you are master storytellers, ahead of the curve scientifically, technologically, and artistically. How did you build your team? Critical parts. Where did you start? Tech talent, executive, um, team
Yeah,
size, like.
yeah, absolutely. So we have a core team, about 15 people. We have new business directors. We have producers. We have creative producers. We have creative directors. We have technical directors. We have set designers, etc., etc., etc. And we started, actually, when we started the creative, like, innovate agency in Ukraine. There were two of us, me and my sister. And then when we moved to the United States and established Freckled Sky here, my wife has also joined us. So we were always kind of a family type of company. And we already have some people in our team at that moment. Um, Again, our philosophy is to build a company consist of rocks. They have all different shapes, so all people are different. So we don't want people just to fit in like brick space. We want people to share their talents. We want people to like enjoy what they do. And actually, we didn't have like an exact plan. I was more on the business side uh, of the company, and kind of trying to bring interest in project in our team. And again, the more important moment was when we realized that we cannot achieve the level of execution we wanted with our own creativity. So we kind of started looking on other creative minds, and we brought people in our team that, first of all, we liked professionally and we liked personally. So again, all people we work, all people that work in our company, we are all kind of friends and family. And it's all has been happening very organically, how we were growing up. So we hired someone like Joanna came to us as a stranger, and right now she's a part of our family.
Thank you.
That's such a great sentiment. It I've tried to, stay on task, but it reminds me of these walls down in Peru, um, that the pre-Incas started building, and then the Inca built on top of it. And they're these huge stones that are like 3 times bigger than people, but they're all different sizes, and they all kind of notch into each other. And this wall has withstood, literally the test of time and earthquakes and all kinds of stuff. Um, but it was able to do that because everything fit so well, even though everything was different sizes and shapes. So it's kind of awesome. When you said they were stones, I'm like, oh man, that's so good.
Thank you.
Is there anything like when you're starting a new project or a new partnership? Is there anything, Joanna, that like really kind of excites you about that process?
Definitely, definitely, it's learning something new from new partners and from people that we meet. It can be like new creative teams, it can be new business people, and the way how they think, the way how they align with our vision regarding next steps regarding this project. It's always exciting to learn something new and to hear the feedback and to find new friends, actually. So yeah, it is maybe the most exciting thing for me.
So your team has had like a really wonderful opportunity to collaborate with a lot of creative minds and dancers, creators, producers, everyone from different walks of life that's building up this beautiful. I like your description of having using everybody's a stone that builds this beautiful wall that keeps everything up, and everyone has their own focuses and their own experiences to bring to the table. Um, and as you've gone through and built this beautiful family that's your team, what would you say is some of the biggest challenges that you and your team have overcome during, this creative process? I mean, bringing, dancers and multimedia to life is
Um,
creating a different, language, right? And so how would you say, how would you describe one of your biggest challenges in achieving that and how your team has done that?
um, you know, so from the creative side, our creative producers, our producers in our creative team, in our tech team, they're very experienced. So actually, we always have challenges, but when we all together, uh, we kind of lack challenges. So we kind of uh, without challenges, we don't see our work. But it's not about challenges. It's about to just do next step, and this next step has to be uh, something else. And with our team, uh, we always um kind of went through those challenges with different things. And I don't mind to be like at the some specific moments during rehearsals or even a show to do something very simple, like I don't know, like holding a towel for something like that. So we don't mind to do different things. We work in different roles all the time. So that's actually what helps us to go through those challenges, because we are very collaborative with each other. Uh, Actually, from the creative point of view, I even can't remember like those challenges. our creative team is very creative in terms of kind of to execute any client's ideas or come up with our own ideas. No, actually, the biggest challenge for us was always actually there are two challenges. They were kind of in the very beginning and during pandemic where to get projects, and right now how to make it done, because we have so many projects going on right now.
What an amazing problem to have.
Yeah, I agree. This is much better than it wasn't during pandemic.
Um, so I obviously I could just talk to y'all, for, but there was another question that came up. Do you have any advice, because you have been literally on the outside, like, you know, clawing your way in, making that way, um, trying this industry, trying that, and then now you're here doing just the most amazing things. Do you have any advice for, finding and reaching out to people that you want to learn from in in this industry or any other, really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a good question. Yeah, actually, I would like to start. When Joanna joined us, we almost didn't work with final clients. We worked with like agencies and producers, etc., etc. Well, Joanna joined us, and we just started discussing that the best way to for our company is to work with final clients, because we have like more direct connections and decision making, etc., 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 and we can deliver results much faster. And we were very scared because like we were in the corporate world or in the music world, we couldn't do the big show, big concert here in the US, or big event for like a big company, because we were only on the entertainment part of that. Um, and like when Joanna joined us, we started thinking about the ways where we can find uh, final clients without kind of doing this or that, and then where we discovered the themed entertainment industry actually.
Yeah, and I would like to add that the best way to find the right people is to meet them in person. So just to find a relevant event like TA or IAPA and go there, find this person. You can listen and actually learn some new things from the panel discussion, from the speakers, and you can meet in person, ask some questions, ask for some guidance from this person. And it's incredibly speeding up all the processes in your mind. And then you feel that you can do anything possible because this person can inspire you. So I think the best way is to meet in person. Of course, there are some different ways, but they're not so amazing because I think that in person you feel this person more. You can ask questions and you can actually then continue a conversation in emails or in different way. But meeting in person is the best way, I think.
Yeah,
All right,
sorry.
go
Go ahead.
ahead. Go ahead.
I also wanted to share a couple of more videos, so you just see like different perspectives of our company. We believe that the future is not only in the sit down shows, but in the experiences slash shows. So where people actually experience the story, going through the space, interacting with the story, and it's still a story. So it's not just a box with projection where you just for 40 minutes hanging around drinking a beer, and yeah, and it's a story. So that's why we love books. That's why we love theatrical plays, and that's why we love movies. So again, we're working on a few projects right now in this direction. That's more experience type of projects, but at least I can show you a couple of other videos. Uh, for example, let's share the show reel, please. That's it.
Wow, you get to work with some really, not only like with a really awesome and really creative team, but like the people you also work with who are doing the performances, all of your performers and dancers are amazing as well. Understandably, you work with an international team, and would you be able to speak on, um, working with a multicultural, multi-international team, and how that dynamic ends up working?
Yeah, definitely. First of all, initially we established Freckled Sky as a remote working company. So we moved to the United States, just a few of us. The rest of the team were in Ukraine. So we started working all over the globe, so remotely. So we kind of established this remote type of work from the very beginning. And when we started working remotely, we started also started working internationally. So we were in the United States, the team was in Ukraine, and the project could be in Turkey or India or in Panama or like in Europe or somewhere else. So kind of realize how to make the production in the right way. And also, it's a very collaborative process because we usually collaborated with the other side, if it's an event agency, production company, or an artist. So um, we kind of uh, we started learning these cultures from the very beginning of the production process. So we started meeting people on the other side of Skype, not Zoom, that time. And yes, and it was kind of very different. If we talk to China, it was one messenger, or it was India, it was another messenger. So these kind of things, and you learn this work here, but doesn't work here. And then yes, we started creating some dance pieces, like vocal pieces, different things. And yes, every culture, um you have to learn all constant prompts about the each working with each culture to not do some mistakes. So you still have some space for mistakes, of course, when you're at home, when you're showing like some work in progress pieces. And we will learn it very well. So when we usually come on site, we are already there. We synchronized with our clients 100%. Yeah, and it was very it was very exciting. Started working all over the globe. Our first project after America's Got Talent was in Ukraine, but the second one was in Turkey, and the third one was in India, and then Panama, and etc. etc. So
Yeah.
Gosh.
I definitely agree, and I can tell you that actually in Odessa we have more than 130 nationalities. So, and I used to live with many people from different cultures, and I used to work with them when I was in IT sphere and here as well. And I think that it is the best experience ever that person can have when you have different people from different cultures and countries. It extends your borders of mind. It can give you a lot of different experiences, new friends, and it's awesome to learn from each other and to feel that you have like many in common with them, something different sometimes, but it makes you feel that you like work and live in one big village, with them.
Oh, I love that. So a question that one of our wonderful producers, Jared, was asking in our private chat is is there a reason, like initially, for wanting to go remote? Because this was way prior to the pandemic. The y'all were remote before remote was necessary. Um, so what what made you want to work remotely like that?
The initial idea was, so we have a team based in Ukraine, but we didn't see potential there for what we wanted to do. So we
Mm,
just kind of we decided to move our avant-garde team to the United States and start doing business here from
mhm,
scratch. But we still wanted to work with the team, now our like team from Ukraine. And during years, actually, we when they found our creative directors team and we grown our team, it was kind of very organic for us to expand the team overseas. We are also expanding the team here, but they mostly overseas because we believe that uh, the most important thing in our business, actually two things: the level of creativity and how we can present it to our clients, how we can um, explain them what we do. So we started from the first one. We achieved the highest level of creativity, like for what we had in mind. And of course, we are not made the best in the world. Again, we just love what we do, and we love like people that help us do what we do. And on the other, and the second thing is when we started learning how to sell our value to our clients, and that's exactly what Jana's team is doing.
So we got another question from the audience, and I'll ask the first part, and that is there a dream project or story you'd like to tell? And the second part was new storytelling tools you're exploring, um, tech developments such as AI, art, metaverse, etc.
Okay.
So let's
uh,
start with the first one.
so actually, the dream project, um, I believe that each person from our team has its own dream project, and ideally, my goal is, it's not a business goal, it's just kind of semi-business goal to make make those projects happen at some moment in our lives. And I understand it's not for today probably, because we have some more business focuses right now, different business focuses right now. But I believe that, again, I know and I believe that each person in our team has its own kind of creative baby, and I would love to kind of this baby grow up and to be presented to the world. Um, in terms of metaverse and all other things, um, again, I believe that it's how to combine two worlds, uh, digital and physical. And I believe, and we believe that the future is there. It's not about being there are a lot of opportunities in digital world and a lot of opportunities in physical world, but we just believe in this direction. We believe that the metaverse itself, as for me, it's pretty boring. For my son, no. So I don't want to fight with him. I want to help him, like, to find for us common ground. And we believe that the common ground has to be kind of suitable for them, Gen Z, digital generation, whatever we call them, and us that love rock and roll. And that's exactly what we're trying to do. We try to tell them stories we love, but with the language they understand.
Yes. And regarding my dream projects, I have maybe several right now in my mind because, as I said, we are trying to explore new segments, new directions. We have our own concepts for like live show, for example, and it's one dream project, for example, to launch our live show. In the future, or our own IP, it's another our IP experience, another direction. And also, right now, we are diving into the uh, exploring new products that can be actually related to metaverse or can be related to another segment. And again, I see everywhere the potential for us because maybe because of our level of creativity and not the only level of creativity, but the result that we can bring too. So because every time I see that the results are very amazing. And for example, regarding the metaverse, we have one of projects with the fashion brand, and because I came from the fashion brand, I fell in love with that when I saw it. Not only with James Arthur or something like that, well, he's laughing every time when I'm saying, just show them that project because it's like about NFT, it's about like hyper realistic CGI, and I'm in love in that. And because I work with many luxury brands, and the level of this project, that how we did it, it's amazing actually. So without any live performance, it's only CGI content, but it's amazing. It's again about story, it's another world, and the result is great, really great. So
Oh my gosh. Okay, so literally I could just sit here and listen to y'all talk about your process forever. And I say literally in the actual sense. I could just sit here because the creativity that y'all have just shown just on this show is breathtaking. So like all of the congratulations for that. I cannot wait to see what you're up to next. However, before we wrap up, are there any other projects that you'd like to share to kind of, give us an example of where you like really shine, or just something that you love?
Uh, Actually, we're working on a few projects, as I said, right now, where it's happening. So we will have those videos later this year, I believe. At least one of them. And yeah, we believe that this new era in live entertainment. So again, right now I don't want to like spoil it. So maybe let's keep it for the next time.
Okay.
So, work has its ups and downs. What is your absolute favorite aspect of this company? And what is it that gives you your passion to get through those hard days that, we as creatives already know that we all end up going through?
Um, so again, for me, I just said that I'm and me and Joanna, actually, we are on the business side of that. But as we work with creative products and services, and when we touch this kind of creativity, that's what inspires me. and the more creative the thing is, the more it inspires you. And again, that's why always when we hear ideas from our creative team, so we are amazed. So that's my part.
Yeah, for me, maybe it's like the wide range of different aspects because you are talking about business side, a lot of opportunities right now in different segments. And when you see the potential there, and when you see how you can augment that segment and that you feel that you have the power to do this, it inspires me every time when I talk to this person, a client, about the project. And regarding the hard times, I would say that as I came from startups, you don't have a hard time, you have a challenge, and every challenge helps you to grow. Actually, it's my motto, it's like my philosophy for this. So, and I'm grateful for every challenge that I have because it helps me to overcome other days, hard days, and they're not very hard after that, because it was challenge and the recipe how to overcome this after that.
Oh, that was so beautiful.
Thank you.
That was beautiful advice. Val, do you have any advice on well, just in general? Life
You know,
advice from Val.
honestly, I don't like giving advices because I'm not feel myself in this position. I rather ask advice from my friends and colleagues. Uh, but I believe that what's been happening with Freckled Sky, actually it's a story of um, the people that like believe in something and make it happen. So just my advice, just don't stop.
Well, I think that was amazing advice to leave our viewers with. Thank you so much for your time. Um, this was absolutely gorgeous. It was wonderful to have your worlds that you guys helped create shared with us during this period of time. And we would love to have you back once you start releasing more exciting projects. And again, thank you for your time and joining us here on A Day in the Life.
Yes,
Thank
thank
you.
you. Thank you so much for incredible conversation. Thank you.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thanks so much.
Thank you.